Our gospel today is from the 14th chapter of John. And if it sounds familiar, it probably does, because it is probably the most known gospel selected for funeral masses. I'd say 95% of the gospels chosen for a funeral mass are this passage, because of its comfort. Do not let your hearts be troubled. I'm going away, but when I come back, I'll take you to myself. I've prepared a place for you. Those are really consoling words when we gather to bid farewell to someone whom we've loved, who has now died and rests in the arms of Christ. Very, very comforting words indeed. But our gospel today, in the context of this liturgy, in the context of which Jesus is speaking to his disciples, is not about those who have died, but about the apostles who have to continue to live. It's the dark of night, and in the Gospel of John, great things don't happen in the darkness. Judas has just left to betray Jesus. Jesus has just foretold Peter's denial of him. He has washed their feet. He has told them to love one another. And now he speaks to them because he knows their hearts are troubled. He knows there's lots going on in their hearts and in their heads of what lies beyond this moment. Yes, Jesus is going away, but what about right now, in the darkness of this night, with the fear and confusion that they hold? And to that moment, to those hearts, Jesus says, have faith in me. Thomas says, Jesus, remind us again of the way. And Jesus says, Thomas, I am that way. I am that truth. I am that life. If you believe in me, you'll know the path. And so into this darkness, into this fear, into this confusion, Jesus looks to them and says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. They needed to know right then and there, not at some future time when Jesus would return for them, but right now in their lives, the way. And Jesus simply says, it's me. Do you know that? Can you live that? He's shown them how to love. He's shown them how to serve. We see the struggle of the early church in our first reading from the Acts of the Apostles, where the Greeks come and say, our widows are not being taken care of the way the Hebrew widows are being taken care of. And the apostles see that. And they say, well, we can't neglect God's word, but let's call others to share in the ministry of caring for these people. And so God's word and service to God's people are brought together in the early Christian community. They know they have to do both. They know that they need the power of God's word in their life, and they need to love and care for one another as Jesus had shown them the way. What about we who gather now? How troubled are our hearts? Many hearts may be troubled in the world in which we live, the uncertainty that's there. And into those hearts comes the voice of God who says, can you have faith in me? Can you, in this moment of doubt or fear or confusion or concern, can you place your trust in me? For if you can, I'll show you the path. If you can, I'll reveal to you the truth that you need to know about life and how to live through this time and with these challenges and with these issues that we confront. And if you hold on to that faith, Jesus says, I will be your life. And that's what we need right now. We need to hold on to the one who can get us through whatever darkness we find ourselves, whatever fears we possess, whatever it is that troubles our heart right now. Yes, he will come back. He's gone to make a dwelling place for us, and he will come back one day and take us to himself. But for now, he remains for us here and now, the way and the truth and the life.